Greetings, comic friends. It is a Wednesday, so it is TGIW, and what a TGIW it has been. Um, so, so I think it was last time I mentioned that I go to two stores, and when I go to the first, I get my stuff there. I look at the wall to see if there's anything that I missed, or two, just to get an idea of um, how much is going to be waiting for me at the other store, so I can kind of, I don't know ahead of time how many books I'm going to have. So today I went to my first store, go up to the counter, they go look at my file, nothing, nothing. Is it a small week or what? Like, yeah, it's kind of a small week. Like, okay, that's okay, cool. I could use another small week. It's been I haven't had any huge weeks, but it's been a while since I had like a really small week. Like, man, like get like a 3, 4, 5 issue week. That'd be nice. I go to the wall. Like, yeah, I mean, there's a couple things here that are at the other store. I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna have like a really nice, small, bite-sized week. Nope. Biggest week I've had in weeks. How does this happen? Um, it's just like I mentioned last time. It's a lot of the books that I get, sort of the maybe some of the indie books or stuff like that the either are going to be like just to order. They only buy what is ordered. And that first store I go to in particular doesn't do a lot. Doesn't isn't as indie heavy as the second store. So like all my indies come from the second store. So I don't see them on the shelf at the first store, and when I get the second one, they're like, "Oh, here's your giant stack of crap." So 13 books total. Now, the first store didn't have anything in my pull. Doesn't mean I walked off empty-handed, because I was like, "This is gonna be a nice small week." Well, it's like I can splurge a little bit, get a couple books here. So I did. I picked up a number one. And by the way, I did read all these already. It took a minute, but I did enjoy being able to talk more about these last week when I had read all of them ahead of time. So I did it again. I can't promise it every week. This week was tough because there were 13 books that I had to get through. But yeah, so this looked interesting. Hell to Pay. Charles Soule. I like Charles Soule. I like books that have a religious theme to them. Excuse me, which this certainly does. Um, this was great. This was really great. The top level view of it is that there are these coins from hell that can be used to pay a demon to do something for you. And there are a couple people that are tasked with gathering them all up. It talks about a few like of these coins that were spent in the past and how it really kind of makes huge impact in human history. So there's this. It's not entirely clear yet of why, but there's a couple of people that are trying to find them all, and it was very, very good. So I'll have to do some research into it. I'll see how long it is, or how long it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be, only 4 or 5 issues? Is it supposed to go on longer, and decide? Because I do want to continue to read it, so I'll have to decide if I want to get it in trade or pick up individual issues. Usually with stuff like this, I'm trying to go to trade, but there are some because they generally read better. This I actually feel will read okay as individual issues. If it's sort of like every issue is a not somewhat self-contained, but it takes place in the overall arc of like going and getting a coin. but I don't know for sure. But I'll probably try to get that in trade. It's just kind of the better thing to do. And then I also picked up Secret Invasion 1. Now, I know what I said about I don't do events anymore. And to that, I say, shut up. I really like the first Secret Invasion. I flipped through this and like, oh, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna stick to just the main series. I don't know what other tie-ins it's gonna have. Man, I don't know why I'm so yawny today. Sorry. But this was really good. I'm glad that I picked it up. So it's gonna be 5 or 6 issues. I'll pick those up. I'll be fine with that. As expected, it does end on a cliffhanger sort of thing that we're gonna want to find out. But it was good. I do recommend it. Let's see. Predator number 4 also continues to be great. So this lady, I don't remember her name. She goes by Theta. She goes by some Greek letter. Her parents were killed by a predator, and she goes out and hunts predators. Now she's killed so many predators that she has sparked the interest of predators, and they are hunting her. It's a clever idea, and it's pulled off very well. So if you like Predator, I do recommend this book. Batman 129. So Zdarsky continue with his failsafe. So if you're not aware, failsafe is a mechanism that Batman had created in case he went off the rails to basically bring him down. So it's an AI that was created that like thinks like him, strategizes like him, is and like Batman himself could take on the League. He just has ways to do all of that. So what do? It's basically, what if a Batman that's stronger than Batman went bad? But he's not really bad. He got triggered. Failsafe got triggered, and he's not like killing anyone because it still is programmed by Batman. It's not like he's been hijacked. He's just been activated to do what he was supposed to do, and that is bring Batman down. But it's a very interesting story. It's a great concept. I love Zdarsky. I expected no less from him than to come up with a great story, and he has not disappointed. Part of what made this week a little bit bigger is the return of Bad Idea. So 2 Bad Idea books came out, Orc Island and Escape from Wyoming. Orc Island is really good. At first, I wasn't really sure what was going on. I mean, the art is beautiful. The art is beautiful. Excuse me. And it started kind of slow, but once it got to like, this is what's going on, it's great, and it's only made that much better by the art. So big hit on that one, in my opinion. Escape from Wyoming, not as much. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. The idea here is, and I'm not trying to give too much away, but it's the concept is given in the first few pages that on Earth in like beneath Yellowstone, is unbeknownst to at least the masses of humans, is a prison, like a galaxy-wide prison. So all kinds of aliens and stuff go there, and it's supposed to be like one of the worst prisons to go to. That's the general concept. Of course, stuff goes sideways and whatever. It was all right. It's not amongst my favorite of the Bad Idea books, at least so far. This is the first issue, but it's okay. I'm in it for the long haul. I prepaid for all the bad idea stuff ahead of time because you got like an incentive thing for it, and I figured I was going to do it anyway. So, I mean, whether or not I like it, I'm getting issue 2, whatever, because I've paid for it already. Uh, Dogs of London number 5. This is the last issue in this. It was fine. I think I was initially attracted by the first cover and the first solicit of the first issue, and it's a fine gangster-esque story. I could have done without it. I could have been fine without it. The name was kind of cool, and it wasn't by any means was not bad. It was a good read, but probably not something I absolutely needed. But it's done, so it's done. Punisher number 7. Aaron continues to do great with Punisher. So in Punisher is, I wouldn't say leading the hand. He is in a very high position within the hand, which he joined because the hand promised him many things. But to him, it was like he's going to go out. It's going to help him in his quest to going out and killing bad people. He's working with bad people in order to kill even more bad people. Daredevil, being Daredevil, has a problem with this. He has a obviously storied history with the hand. So he has come to confront Frank about it. And your normal hero fight ensues. There's some really great imagery in this, particularly of Daredevil. There's a pretty good. I don't think it's a full 2-page, but I think it's a full 1-page of Daredevil and Frank fighting. It's really really good. But yeah, great book. I picked up Deadpool number 1. Deadpool's fun. He's getting an ongoing again. Why not? This was good. I'm curious to see where it goes. It's an interesting idea of what's starting off here. So I'm on board, and I don't want to give anything away. Talking about anything of interest of this book would be too much, but it was good. I am curious to see where it goes. It's an interesting concept. Oh boy, Savage Avengers number 7. Man, this is fun. So they have jumped to 2099. The Deathlock that is on the team, issues and issues ago, it was revealed who this Deathlock is. It's not our Deathlock. It's not the original Deathlock. They go to 2099. Deathlocks have... It's after 2099, right? It's a 2099 universe, but it's later. And stuff has gone sideways. Deathlocks are all over the place. They're all being controlled by something. Don't want to give it away, but it's great. Punisher is out there hunting Deathlocks. He teams up with our Savage Avengers in the 2099 universe. And at the end, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what happens with what's going to go on there. But yeah, Savage Avengers has been great. It's weird having Savage Avengers without Conan, since he was sort of what started Savage Avengers. But I think that's done, because at the beginning of this run, Conan went back to the Hyborian Age. He went back to his own time. So I think Conan is done with the Savage Avengers, which is fine. He's kind of what started Savage Avengers and was always the common thread, but he was never necessarily the best part about it. So I don't know. Maybe he'll come back in at some point. I don't know. But him not being there, I don't think it hurts the book at all. And I don't think Conan was the reason to read Savage Avengers. It was cool that it was there because Conan's a cool character. But without him, it's still great. And it opens another slot for some other rotating cast member. She-Hulk 7, this also continues to be fantastic. In this, she agrees to take on a new case, and it is great. It is so great. Man, this book is so good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to see where this case goes. As far as Jennifer Walters' personal life, Jack of Hearts is still there, and they have become closer. But it's starting to divert from the sort of Jack of Hearts storyline, I think, which is good. It was interesting to have him there and get Jack of Hearts back, I suppose, and find out what's going on with him. But I'm ready for more the She-Hulk book to be focused on She-Hulk and doing She-Hulk stuff, like taking on cases, because she always gets super great cases. And then I have a couple of other number ones that I have to decide what exactly I want to do with, because they were both pretty great. Nature's Labyrinth. So this is Mad Cave. So this I would probably, if I do decide to continue it, which I probably will, I'll probably do in individual issues. Just because of the really small publishers, I like to do that. And yeah, this was good. There are some people that got randomly selected to go on this cruise. They did not read the fine print, and essentially they get thrown into a labyrinth and have to escape. And at the end is a bunch of prize money. But yeah, it was good. Interesting concept. It's not the most original idea in the world. There are a lot of, I think, common tropes that pop up just in storytelling in general there, but it was a good implementation of them. And the last one that I got that I really liked was Behold Behemoth. I got the variant cover on this one just because all the regular covers were got a little bit dinged. And this variant cover was in much better shape, but it's a great variant cover, so I'm not upset about it. This book was fantastic. It's published by Boom, so I can't decide what I want to do with this one. Normally, I'd probably say I'll wait for the trade, but I like this book so much, and I don't. When I asked about this at the shop, I asked my friend, and I understood the problem they had, where they're like, I don't really know what to tell you, except that it's good. Again, because I don't want to give anything away. But it's starting in present day ish, and the main character is someone who works for like Child Protective Services, and it glimpses into a very soon-to-be post-apocalyptic future, and there's something to do with a monster. After reading it, I know more about the something to do with a monster. I just don't want to give it away. But it was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to continue reading it. I'll probably go ahead and try to control myself and wait for the trade. The only thing that I don't that scares me about waiting for the trade on not just this but any stuff that I decide to do that for is that I'll forget, right? If I add this to my pull file, I'll be sure to get the whole story. If I don't and say, you know what, I'll wait for the trade when it comes out in 6-7 months, I might have forgotten by then. Which, I mean, maybe that's for the best, because I'm not buying more stuff to read, and if I forget, then I don't know what I'm missing. But I do want to read it. I who knows how many I'll wait for the trade number ones that I've read and enjoyed that I who knows, who could possibly know. But yeah, but that's it. That's everything. It was, yeah, it's a lot, and I mean it's no one to blame but myself. I got four number ones, right? That weren't um, on my poll that I pulled off the shelf. So without these, I'd be at what, 9 books, which is reasonable. But I did pull them. I did. They all looked really interesting, and I am trying to be more disconcerting about the number ones that I pick up and the limiteds and all that. And it just so happened that really great looking number ones came out, and they were all great. So I wasn't wrong. But it is what it is. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts. What did you get? Did you get any of these number ones? Especially any of those indie series, the Boom, Image, or Mad Cave ones in particular. Or if you got Secret Invasion, let me know what you thought about that. I'd be interested to know. So like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, and don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.